Hi, my name is Desiree Crevier, and I would like to share with everyone my story and battle with breast cancer at the age of 35. I'm a mother with 6 children and married for 16 years, 17. First off, I would like to share with you all how I found my breast cancer. The unlikelihood was something I didn't think would even be possible for me. I have no family history. I have breastfed all 6 of my children. I had no risk factors. I've never tried smoking. I don't drink. And the only way I found it was hearing somebody else's story. And so I could only hope that my story will impact somebody and maybe it'll save their life, like how somebody's saved mine. 2 weeks before my 35th birthday, I was laying in bed on my phone, just as everybody else often does before going to bed. And I came across a story of a mother who was 35 and had a young child, and she had discovered a lump. It encouraged me to check my own breast for a lump, and very quickly I was able to discover one. The next day I phoned my doctor to see if I could get in. They couldn't see me for a few weeks, and to me that wasn't enough. I needed to know right away. So I took my kids to school and dropped off my youngest to a friend. He was only 2, so to have him there wouldn't have been an easy process. I went to the doctor or the hospital, sorry, and the doctor checked. She's like, yeah, I feel something, but you are too young for a mammogram. Being too young for a mammogram meant that they wouldn't really be able to fully tell me, and they felt I had too dense of breasts. Instead, they decided that, yeah, okay, we'll do an ultrasound. We scheduled one with a couple weeks later, and during that ultrasound, they were able to find the lump, and they decided that, you know what, we will do a mammogram. And the technician said, there's only a 3% chance that it's even anything. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be fine. I went back after to the ultrasound room and they had done a biopsy. Within a week, we were able to find out that I had a grade 4, stage 3, very aggressive breast cancer. When the doctor had said, this is bad, it is cancer, and we need to get it out. So it was quick to decide that, without a hesitation, that I knew I needed to have a double mastectomy. I wasn't going to risk it spreading to the other breast or anywhere else. I needed to have more time with my children and my family, so I knew that the fight that I needed to have had to be fought very hard. I didn't know that the fight that I had then would be nearly as difficult as it was, but I now know that that fight was very worth it because of where I am now. 1 month after finding the breast cancer, I was scheduled with a surgeon to have a double mastectomy. I was losing what I felt identified me as a woman, and that was hard. It was what fed my children and made me feel like I was going to be less of a woman. After the double mastectomy, the recovery was difficult, but I feel made me stronger. I started chemo within 1 month after having had the double mastectomy. I did 6 rounds of FEC-D. It's a type of chemotherapy that was really hard, but I think not being here would have been harder, and so very much worth it. It made me sick. I was in a lot of pain. Often I would be on the floor from the bone pain crying, and my children, they had to see that, and that was really hard. Once chemo was done, I had to do radiation. Because radiation wasn't in my town, I had to drive 2 hours away from my family and live at a hospital for 6 weeks without my children. I was the youngest person there. Everybody that was there was 60 plus, and it really felt more like a retirement home. We played bingo and hula danced and tried to make the best of a horrible situation. While I was there, every day I would drive to the hospital on a shuttle bus and have this treatment, this radiation that would be directed right at my breast, but was also very close to my heart and very close to my lungs. And so I would have to wear a shield, not that everybody would, but the placement of where that cancer was putting me more at risk of other cancers. It was a risk I was willing to take. It took me 9 months to battle this breast cancer, having had the chemo, the radiation, the double mastectomy. I did it all, and now I am breast cancer free. I've been breast cancer free for 4 years, and I feel amazing, blessed, beautiful, and happy. And it wasn't actually until my last surgery that I could feel that way, where I felt like me again, almost even better than how I felt prior to breast cancer. I'm stronger, I'm tougher, I'm me, and I feel blessed, truly blessed to have fought this. And after 2 years of being cancer free, my husband was offered a job opportunity in Latvia. I knew that I needed to have something. I could not be going around flat-chested. I'm too young. It, for me, defined me and made me feel more like a woman to have breasts. I searched out some doctors who could help me. Having the DAP was something I knew I had to have, and finding the doctors that could do it and do it beautifully wasn't nearly as challenging as I had thought. The surgery and everything that I put into it really paid off and was extremely worth it, and it's something I would do 10 times over, because what it's given me now is a clear mind. I'm much happier. I don't feel less of myself. I can look at myself in the mirror and feel beautiful, whereas before I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror without feeling like I was a freak. And to be able to have had DAP and feel that confidence and that beauty was something I wish every woman who has fought breast cancer and had an option for reconstruction could have that same feeling. Having beat breast cancer may have been the happiest moment in my entire life, but the scars and everything that was left after was extremely difficult. I had no breasts. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I felt empty, and if I couldn't love myself, I didn't know how anybody else around me could look at me and love me the way that they had before. Now with these breasts, I'm reminded less, and I feel I can live a happier, fuller life without the negativity that cancer had given me. Once I finished treatment, it was decided that I would have to have a hysterectomy. This hysterectomy would put me into full menopause at the age of 35. My body would feel that of a 60-year-old woman. I had to get rid of any chance of hormones that would bring my cancer back and feed it and make it grow. So a hysterectomy is something that was easily decided for me, only because I knew I was done having children and I was going to do whatever I had to do in order to fight this and to not have cancer come back for me. I I knew very early on when I got here to Latvia that the breast reconstruction that I wanted would be DAP. I had met with my oncologist who referred me to the most skillful surgeons here in Latvia, Dr. Janis Zariņš and Kelvis Pastors. Took the time to meet with me and to discuss how difficult this surgery might be. For me, it would even be more difficult because I had 6 pregnancies. My stomach had been really stretched out, and with their skill, they assured me that everything would go smooth. You should check your breasts monthly, feel them. Every year, you need to get into your oncologist and get a mammogram or an ultrasound, something. Just be vigilant and check. Had I not checked, I would not have found my cancer. It's worse not to know than it is to know. Knowing allows you to fight. It allows you to get it early, get the treatment. If you find it soon enough, you may not even need chemo or radiation or surgery. You could skip the double mastectomy, but leaving it and not knowing, it's harder. It's a bigger battle, not an easy battle, but it's worth it. I hope that anybody that does find out they have breast cancer and they do have to have this double mastectomy, know that there is options available to you, that there is this thing called DAP, that they can use your tissue and build your breasts. And I feel every woman should know this, know that this is an option. And had I not found this microsurgery unit and been able to get this gift, I probably wouldn't be smiling nearly as big. I feel amazing. I feel blessed to have been in touch with these skillful doctors who gave me a big part of my life back. My wish for all women is that they realize that this is not a battle that they have to fight on their own, that there are so many family and friends that are willing to fight this with them, and you don't have to be by yourself. It's easier, much easier to have an army behind you of loved ones. And by sharing with your family and your friends, you're only bringing more awareness to all the women around you. So you're more likely to save not just one life, but many lives by sharing your battle and your story. And I can only hope by me sharing my story that it helps somebody else out to realize that there is a lot of positive that can come from this journey of breast cancer. The Latvian Microsurgery Center is running a campaign during the month of October for breast cancer awareness that they will help 5 women have this breast reconstruction done. If you know anybody that might need this surgery, please have them fill out an application and submit it, because I cannot stress enough that this surgery will give them back so much in their life.